Good afternoon, everybody. Uneducated Economist here. So, yesterday I was driving past this dude mowing his lawn, and his lawnmower picked up a rock and shattered out my passenger window. Anyway, he was pretty nice enough. He says that he's insured and all that, so no worries. I'm gonna get my window fixed. Hopefully, I'm gonna find out tomorrow when I talk to the adjuster. But yeah, what a bummer. I mean, it's not like I paid a lot for the car, but still, in all, to have your window busted out. Anyway, um, kind of to clarify some stuff, a lot of people have, well, wouldn't say a lot of people, but I have been accused of being paid to put out information on my videos. I don't get paid by anybody. Right? I do make some ad revenue from YouTube, from the Google AdSense, but that's the only place that I get paid. Now, if you want to help out the Uneducated Economist, I will leave a link down in the description for my PayPal account, and you can send me all the money you want. And I also have a link I'll put down there for Teespring. If you were interested in buying one of the Uneducated Economist hoodies, you can help me out by buying one of those as well. But outside of that, I don't get paid to do these videos. I'm doing them just for informational purposes. I learn more every time I do one of these videos, and I would hope that you guys are learning something from them too. Thought I'd talk a little bit today about automatic boost to the Community Act. Now, this one was posted for me over in the Telegram channel discussion group, and I'll leave a link down in the description for that too if you guys are interested in joining the Telegram discussion group. But this is a pretty interesting idea, this Automatic Boost to Communities Act. The idea behind this one is that they are going to issue out the stimulus in the form of debit cards. Okay? And with these debit cards, you're going to be able to access all the cash or purchases just like any other debit card out there. You can hit the ATMs with it, you can use them online, you can use them for any purpose that you choose, just like any other debit card. And the Treasury will load them up once a month with $1,000. At least that's the idea behind it. And these are going to be issued out to everybody in America, or everybody in the United States anyway. The way these things are going to get funded is kind of questionable to me, because what they are suggesting is that the Treasury will, or the Mint, the U.S. Mint will produce two platinum coins for $1 trillion face value, and have the Federal Reserve buy those two coins, and that's where the cash will come from, and the Federal Reserve apparently is just going to print up the money and buy these things. I'm still kind of questioning like how big these coins are actually going to be. Obviously, they can't be $1 trillion worth of platinum, because I don't even think there's that much mined right now. I don't know, maybe there is, but I find that the idea that the Federal Reserve would want to buy a couple of coins for $1 trillion a piece, and that's going to have the value behind the currency that's going to be printed out or basically digitally produced and loaded up on these debit cards, I just find that concept a little strange, but maybe I just need to wrap my head around it. Maybe you guys have a little bit more information about that. Now, I'm going to leave a link down in the description for the PDF for this Automatic Boost to Communities Act, and you can kind of read the details on it. It's pretty short, so there's not a whole lot to it. What I found interesting in that was the very last line. Not the very last line, but the very last paragraph in that proposed act. And it goes like this: in the long term, the card infrastructure should be converted into a permanent. So this is like a temporary idea to help get the stimulus out there, but in this act, they're saying that it should go to a permanent thing. And the Treasury administrated digital public currency wallet. You guys hear that? Digitally public currency wallet. Sounds like a lot like a cryptocurrency wallet. And now this administered digital public currency wallet system to serve as a privacy-respecting e-cash. It actually says that in there, e-cash, a lot like what we were talking about in the previous video about how the IMF is saying that if you want to take rates negative, you have to have two currencies. You're folding cash, regular currency like we're used to using, and an e-currency, one that never leaves the banking system. Sounds a lot like this e-cash, to complement the Universal Fed Act or the Postal Bank Act for All. I got to look up what those are exactly meaning, because I never really heard of the Postal Bank Account for All Act, or I don't think that's an act. It just says Postal Account for All. But I found that to be a very interesting PDF, and I want to thank Emil for sharing that link with us yesterday on the Telegram channel. Now, one of the other things that I've seen in some of the comments is that it is illegal for a business not to accept cash. That is not the truth. Even in the Federal Reserve, if you go to the Federal Reserve site, you can see where the Federal Reserve says in their own words that there is no law requiring a business to use dollars. Okay? There is no law out there that requires business to say you must accept cash. Now, there is some states that have put out there I'm assuming some statutes saying that businesses cannot be cashless businesses, but there is no federal law that says that businesses have to accept cash. They can accept anything they want. Now, when it comes to paying taxes, I do believe that their only taxes can only be paid in US dollars, so there is that. But as far as a business like refusing to accept cash, that is a very real possibility. Now, these debit cards, they do say that you can hit the ATM and pull the cash out if you wanted, but I have a funny feeling that if we get to a point where cash is going to go cashless, like a cashless society, cash get pulled out of the system, the ATMs will either just not have any cash in them, or they'll be limited on the amount that you can actually pull out of there at any given time. So it kind of holds you back on being able to just like cash out these debit cards. Anyway, I found these to be pretty interesting times in general, but this was a pretty interesting proposal as far as an act goes for stimulating the economy. Anyway, like I said, I'll leave links down in the description for you guys. Uneducated Economist, you guys let me know.